This video will be episode 18 of the Black Lion Origins campaign. Last episode we finished our raid of the Vlandian lands and made a exit, though it wasn't super clean. We nearly got caught. But we made it up to Varchek, where we are cashing out and securing a mercenary contract with the Sturgeons. They're also at war with the Vlandians, which means that'll help to cover a lot of the overhead of the warband that we're hoping to build. We're taking the 16,000 that we picked up from that initial raid, and we're picking up mercenaries to facilitate more impactful raids on the Vlandians, we'll say. So at Barcheg, we were able to pick up 16 mercenary spearmen. Not 16, excuse me, 10 mercenary spearmen. And that's fantastic because while spearmen are trash, they can upgrade into crossbowmen, which are ideal. So in that counter, we managed to upgrade three of them, excuse me. And that's a big deal. So now we have 7 spearmen left to upgrade to crossbowmen. Now we're telling all of our ranged troops to hold fire because we don't want them chewing up all of those looters before our spearmen get a chance to get any kills. But this is actually a bad spot. I should have not told my spearmen to attack so quickly because they were outnumbered 2 to 1. Worse than 2 to 1. This is a warband of 15. There were only 7 spearmen, so that was a mistake on my part, and we did lose some spearmen for that mistake. Yeah, 3 of them died. 4 of them went down, but 4 of them leveled up, so that is good news. I'm going to move my spearmen a little closer, but I'm not telling him to engage. I'm going to try and thin this warband of looters down, and then I will have him engage in order to hopefully get him leveled up. Turn him into a crossbowman. This is not the cleanest fight I've ever had against looters, but yikes. Hopefully they don't take me down. That'd be embarrassing. Okay, now that there's only 2 of them, he and I can gang up on them and fight them together. I went and pulled out my shield here because that guy was throwing rocks at me. And also, my main goal is to have my spearmen get a kill, so I'm going to do shield bashes on this guy and cover his right hand flank while he tries and gets killed there. Now he got the kill, but he didn't level up entirely, so we'll still need to level him up. We're going to pick up some horses because we want to be moving quickly with this new warband that I'm putting together. And the more troops you have in your warband, the slower it'll go. But if you have horses in your inventory, essentially you can have one sumpter horse, or rather I should say one workhorse of some kind. And you can tell workhorses from other horses because workhorses don't require any riding skill. But what they do is if you have them in your inventory, you increase your inventory capacity by 100 weight. and you can have a sumpter horse in your inventory for every troop in your warband. And then if you have a riding horse in your inventory for every troop in your warband that isn't mounted, then you can increase your movement speed. When you have a warband smaller than 20, the game randomly puts your, well, not randomly, usually there's some rhyme or reason, but the game puts together your units for you at the beginning of the battle. They're getting swarmed here. I want to go and help them out. I don't need my last spearman going down. And Butch got the kill on him, but it's okay because the spearman must have got a hit in edgewise somewhere there, because he managed to level up anyway, which is fantastic. Now the flip side of having an inventory full of horses is that if you have too many, you can get herding penalties, which will also decrease your movement speed. Nice, we have a tournament here where the reward is a Cassian, which is the third best horse in the game, and definitely worth competing for, even if you didn't want it, which I certainly do at this point in the game. But even if you didn't want it, it's a worthy pickup because it'll sell quite well in the shop. I'm getting swarmed. I don't know who that guy was, but he saved my day here. I'm the only teammate on my team still standing, so I really didn't have any hope there fighting 2v1. But that cavalryman came by and took one of them out for me. So it's just me on my team, Ladagal on her team, and 2 of the green team. So what we want to do ideally here is take out both of the green team, which will mean that Ladagal's team will proceed in the tournament. We want her to continue because that gives me more chances of winning the prize. Now I couched my lance against that guy, you might have seen. He had his lance up in a upward blocking position, but it didn't matter because I had my lance couched, and you can't block with your weapon a couched lance. Ladagal, my lovely wife, is pregnant with our firstborn. I just stabbed her in the head with a lance. Now, this is a tournament. I'm not actually doing any damage. We haven't compromised the pregnancy. I did not mean to catch that swing from that guy. I put my shield away so that I could run more quickly towards the other group of combatants, so that what just happened could happen. When they finished their fight, the winner helped me take out my enemy, which put me in second place for that fight. Now I then went on to take him down, which put me in first place for the fight, but it was important to secure my position in the tournament. My tactics for catching arrows for my teammate as they take shots at the enemy has evolved. Rather than standing in front of my teammate and obscuring their view, I will stand to the side and actively try and catch the arrow mid-flight. It didn't matter in this instance because the silly sod had been aiming for my shield the whole time anyway. So this is perfect. This is why we wanted Ladagal to survive that first round, is so that in the end we're in this position where it's just me and her, and whoever wins, we get that horse. Now you might be wondering why I haven't outfitted Ladagal more aggressively. She has essentially the least of the gear, of all of my clan members, and it's unfortunate, but it's strategic. My reasoning for doing that. What's going on there is that she's pregnant and she's going to have a baby, and it's possible whenever your clan members have a baby that they die in childbirth, and if they do die, you lose all of their loot. Um, I wish that wasn't the case. I wish that loot would then go to your inventory, and maybe they've changed it since last I checked, but um, my understanding is that that loot will just be lost, and so it's best to give them the least of your gear so as to minimize your losses should that happen. Got another tournament for a ridged helm, which is a pretty good helm. It's a Battanian helm. They're not particularly known for their helms. They do have one good one though. I can't remember the name of it. The aesthetic is awesome, and it has 53 armor class, and it's the lowest weight of all of those 53 armor classes. So what I do when I'm trying to fight cavalry that are charging at me is not the safest thing to do, but you might have seen that I put my sword in the thrust position and poked her horse in the head as she charged me. Usually that will cause the horse to rear up, and then you have an opportunity to do something. But even as it was, it did do like 160 plus damage to that horse, and it was not going to last much longer in this fight. You always want to stick with your teammate in these 2v group tournament rounds. Otherwise, you're putting the poor guy at an extreme disadvantage. Whereas if you stick with them, your team's got a major advantage because they will all split up. The archers in those groups will all stand still, and then if you can cover your guy, then you're much better off than any other team on the field, which is just the way I like it. Oh, my brother Nathan didn't win his round, so we're gonna have to fight the boar and hope to win. I say hope to win. He's wearing, a tunic, a little leather cap. Kind of embarrassing. Nathan didn't win, frankly, but that guy did have some pretty decent one-handed skill. So maybe not so embarrassing. There. Poor Ladagall's finally got a helmet. Always got to take out looters. Even if I don't have spearmen that need leveling. Because now I have crossbowmen that need leveling. And of course, always, well, I won't always, but it feels like I'll always have athletic skill that needs leveling. We're up to 252 now. And our polearm skill is coming up nicely too. I think it said 269 my polearm skill is at. Once we make another 6 levels, that'll unlock the 275 perk, which will increase my damage and attack speed with my polearm, which is massive. It increases it incrementally for every level you make past 250. I'm gonna hog all these looters. Nice. That was a pretty clean win. Maybe scratches out that really sloppy win that I did earlier when I was trying to level up that spearman. Not that it was my spearman's fault. It was absolutely my fault. I was playing poorly. Always gotta check and see what's legendary in your shops. You never know, sometimes you find something amazing. Ooh, the robber, that seems really promising. He has bow skill and roguery, which is phenomenal, except Except there's something that I didn't notice before I picked him up. He is merciful. So when you assign, or when you hope to assign one of your clan members to be a gang alley leader, they have to have, I think it's 30 rotary skill, but also a component to that is that they can't be merciful. They can't have the merciful trait, or they won't be a good gang alley leader. Not that they won't be a good one, you can't even assign them as one. So I picked him up hoping that he could lead a gang alley for me eventually, but that won't be the case, unfortunately. Nice. Now, I'm not a big fan of Sword Sisters, mostly because they don't have any head armor. Like, I don't know what they were thinking not giving them a helmet. Ooh, closed Warlord helm. This is a armor class 53. So again, I'm trying to make sure Latigal survives this first round. Actively trying not to take her out of the running, because I want all the shot that I can get to win that helmet. That's an upgrade from what I'm currently using, which is an armor class of 50. And you might say, oh, it's only 3 armor class, but min max, man. Gotta do your best. Nice. Just made level 52 on our two-handed skill. The perk that I pick up at that level is the one that lets me do extra, like 10% extra damage with my two-handed axe. And here we go again. Me and my lovely wife in the final round. We can't lose. I love it. And she's got a two-handed weapon, so she destroyed me. But it's okay, because come to Papa. We're kind of equipping Sassel to be our second priority as far as armor goes. He is a captain, and he will never actually beat any gang alleys, so he'll always be in my warband. And because of that, I want him to be proficient at the very least. So we've got enough gold that I feel like it's worthwhile to start picking up these Scale Warlord boots and gloves for all of my clan members. And my brother was wearing a pair of Fiend bracers for gloves, and since we replaced those for him, we went ahead and put those in my civilian kit. Those are the highest armor class civilian gloves in the game. We're still traveling from town to town trying to pick up mercenaries. See what kind of warband we can put together. Now, what I'm doing here is trying to remember which ones of them are on horseback. And I realized eventually, once I got to the last one, that none of them were on horseback. So we switched captaincies of the archers from me to Nason, my brother, because he actually has some crossbow skill, and I have none. So he does have some perks that will benefit them. And then I became the captain of the horse archers, which is basically just Sassel. But I'm the captain of the horse archers because I have polearm perks and riding perks and archery perks more than anybody else in the warband. Which are all the things that that Sassel would use. I'm trying to think here whether pikemen can be upgraded to crossbowmen, but pikemen are the other side of the tier tree. You can upgrade spearmen into crossbowmen or pikemen. Ooh, a Vader Hotblood. Almost mispronounced it. Almost correctly mispronounced it. Well, according to English pronunciation anyway. But I already have one of these, but it's really cool and exciting to pick one up because there is a perk that you can get where you can breed the horses in your inventory. They have a chance to multiply every day. It's like a 1% chance. And it's one of the best ways. Well, I say one of the best. It takes forever, and it's random, but it's one of the only ways to get more Vader hot bloods. We'll put it like that. And athletic skill really helps a lot in these fights. Not only because, I mean, I haven't gotten to the point where it would help my health, but all of that movement speed makes it so that you can more effectively dodge. We will absolutely put that on Nason. And we're pulling the Sumpter horses from my companion's civilian kits because my warband has grown to such a point that that it can benefit from having them in the inventory. I'm leaving my archers on attack because I want them to level up too, but definitely got to work on my athletic skill. It's too good to pass up. Anyway, this has been episode 18 of the Black Lion Origin campaign. Hope you have a great rest of your day.